Hello and welcome to our NCover webinar on code coverage in your .NET team. Today we're going to discuss some of the key trends we see in the highest performing .NET development organizations. Now this is based on our experience over the past 10 years and literally the thousands of developers and development organizations we've worked with around the globe. All right, let's get started. The first trend we consistently see amongst these groups is that quality truly is a part of their culture. It's not just a buzzword and it's not just a department. One of the activities that they engage in as part of this culture is that they're consistently asking themselves, how do we know our code is good? Well, what these organizations do know is that great code is not a matter of hope. And although there's obviously a ton of effort that goes into designing, testing, and delivering these applications, effort alone does not indicate that they're going to be successful. In fact, it's not even whether or not they intend to deliver a great application. Of course they do. I don't think any of us get into this intending not to deliver great software applications. But what these organizations have infused in their culture is an understanding that great code is something that can be measured and embracing the concept of measurement across their organization. And what we've seen at these organizations is it's not just a matter of if they have metrics in place, but it's have they embraced the concept that we really want to deliver great applications as part of who they are. And at these organizations, delivering high quality applications is really celebrated as part of an achievement in development, in QA, and even in support. And it's not just a requirement or a box they have to check off. And this leads us into the second common trend we see at these organizations, and that's an understanding that it's teams that really deliver. Individuals contribute, individuals are important, but at the end of the day, it's about the team's ability to work together and deliver great applications. Now, some of the key characteristics of these teams is that they're always looking for feedback, and not just feedback at the end of the process, but throughout. As part of an agile development process, they want to know as quickly as possible if there's issues so they can direct resources and keep them from becoming larger issues. And these results are shared team-wide, ensuring that each group and each individual within the group is able to engage in the important process of directing their limited time and resources to deliver the best possible results. Now, in order for this to work, everyone obviously has to be on the same page. Development has to be working hand in hand with QA, and they have to be unified by management through a common set of goals and a common focus for quickly identifying trouble areas and knocking them out. And that brings us right into our third and final trend, and that is the knowledge that confidence can be measured. Every development group, regardless of size or regardless of formality, is engaged in some form of testing. And what you know is that those tests give you confidence in your code. But that's only half the story, because code coverage is what gives you confidence in your tests. Because what these groups know is it's not how many tests you write or how long you run them, it's do those tests fully exercise your code base. All right, let's look at 3 code coverage metrics. The first metric is branch coverage, and it's really how we measure success. Branch coverage refers to the percentage of individual code segments or branches that have been covered during the testing of the application. Branch coverage goals will obviously vary across organizations, but we typically see a target range of between 80 to 90%. It's worth noting that each additional improvement in branch coverage typically requires greater effort. The next metric is sequence point coverage. So if branch coverage is how we measure success, sequence point coverage is how we achieve success. And its primary purpose is really there to help you figure out how to increase your overall branch coverage. Sequence point coverage refers to the percentage of sequence points or actual lines of code that were covered during the testing of the application. When used with source code highlighting, it allows you to quickly identify those areas that need additional testing. And this brings us to our third most common code coverage metric, and that's change risk anti-patterns. If branch coverage is how we measure success, and sequence point coverage is how we achieve success, change risk anti-patterns let us know how we can mitigate the risk or the barriers to achieving that success. Change risk anti-patterns is a well-accepted industry metric that scores the amount of uncovered code against the complexity of that code. It really lets you know how risky your overall code base is based on complexity. Now, your two greatest assets in keeping down your change risk anti-pattern score and also reducing the overall risk of your code base are modularity and readability. Now, regardless of the specific code coverage metrics your organization may choose to focus on, what we have seen time and time again is that integrating code coverage into your team-based development process can have a significant impact on increasing confidence, reducing bugs, and improving the overall quality of your code. Whether you're an individual developer working within Visual Studio, a member of QA, or a manager looking for better results and better visibility, Ncover has a solution for you. In order to learn more about Ncover, we encourage you to visit us online and access any of our free available online resources, including videos, articles, and support documentation. When you're ready to take the next step, we offer free, fully functioning versions of all of our software products. And if you don't see the trial you want, get in contact with us and we'll set up a custom evaluation specifically for your team. If you're short on time and are looking to get started as quickly as possible, we encourage you to request an online overview where one of our integration resources will work with you one-on-one to show you exactly how best to put code coverage to work in your organization. We appreciate your time today and hope you found today's webinar to be useful. If at any time you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thanks again, and we hope you have a great day.